Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I would like to discuss a mini theory I recently thought of, and it involves two entities who, although are kind of similar, you wouldn't expect to be lore related, those being Eyes and Screech. You see, in the Floor 2 update, these two entities were given a very unique and special interaction animation, and it reveals a little bit about the lore of Eyes in particular. I don't want to keep you waiting any longer, so with all of that being said, let's begin. Alright, so essentially, this entity interaction occurs if Screech is present on your screen whilst Eyes are also in the room. When these two entities are encountered at the same time, Eyes gets a visual and gameplay change. For one, they will close their, eyes, and this results in the entity being unable to damage you for the duration Screech is attacking you. Now, this interaction existed way before Floor 2 was even added to the game, as it wouldn't be fair if you were forced to look at Eyes in order to prevent Screech from biting you. Now, typically most people wouldn't be interested in this interaction, as it is mostly just a balancing feature for Eyes to make the entity more fair. However, what I find intriguing about this interaction is why Eyes were made to even close their eyes in the first place. Now, as many of you know, Eyes never closes their eyes. Even when being crucified, which is practically a death sentence for the entity, their eyes are wide open, like they always are. There's something about Screech from a lore perspective which causes Eyes to close their eyes, and although at first I was confused, I think I may have figured it out. You see, Screech is the only entity which causes Eyes to function like this, and as many of you probably know, Screech is actually just two entities combined into one, those being Seek and Giggle. Screech at their core is just a Giggle infected by Seek's black goop. However, what's odd is that Eyes doesn't act this way when in the presence of just Giggle or Seek, only when they are together. So, this is my theory as to why Eyes acts like this. Let's explain it with an analogy. Look at this puppy, isn't it cute? Now look at this virus, maybe it's not as cute as the puppy. As you could probably tell, most people are able to look at the puppy and the virus alone as separate beings without being uncomfortable. The problem arises if I show an image of the puppy being infected by the virus, which I will not show, but I think you get the idea. The point is that these two things alone are fine to observe, but together they create something pretty unfortunate and probably a little uncomforting to witness. I think the same thing is going on with Eyes and Screech. In-game, a Giggle would take the place of the puppy, and Seek would take place of the virus. Both on their own are fine to witness, but together they create something pretty disgusting and terrifying, which could explain why Eyes closes their eyes when in the presence of Screech, which as I stated is a Seek-infected Giggle. It could be that Eyes is so discomforted by seeing an infected Giggle that they physically have to close their eyes, which they don't even do when staring death in the face, which says a lot about how detrimental Screeches are to other entities. Anyways, that was my entire theory. Essentially, I think it is possible that Eyes may be somewhat scared or discomforted by Screeches due to how they are beings infected by Seek, or something along the lines of that. So, with that being said, let me know in the comments what you think of this theory, and with all of that being said, thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoy.